Good morning. So for the last couple of days now, we have been cleaning up and essentially tearing down the garden area. We're done with this past season and we're preparing for the next season. Now, with that being said, one of the things that I've been wanting to do is work on the watering system for a couple of different reasons, honestly. The lines themselves need to be rerouted, but I've also been wanting to reevaluate our timer. Now, we have a 2-zone timer that I use for our watering. One zone is actually for the sprinkler system in the lawn area. The other zone is for the drip system itself. Now, that zone for the drip system actually has 2 different timing settings. So there's a period during the day where it goes off, takes a break in the afternoon, and then later in the afternoon it comes back on, shuts off for the night, and then goes from there. One of the issues with this particular system is it's very static. Like, you set it and that's it, and if you need to make any changes, well, then you have to manually go to the timer itself, change it, and then go from there. I've been wanting to change that, which brings me to the timer that we're going to be talking about today. Now, call it coincidence, call it providence, whatever you'd like, while deciding, okay, I need to take a look at my water system, I need to reroute all the lines, and I want to look for a new timer. I had a company reach out and ask if I was interested in taking a look at one of their products. And I said, sure. So the company in question here is called RainPoint. And the system that I have here is a 2-zone timer, similar to what I've got now as far as the zone goes, but with a little bit of an upgrade. This one actually connects to your Wi-Fi and has an app that you will use on your phone to control this thing. Now, the cool thing with that is you can monitor your watering remotely. Earlier, I'd mentioned the timing on our current system is static. So a couple months ago, we went camping up in Colorado. And of course, we had somebody who we had here, watching the house and watching the garden. However, we had the timer set up, and so the watering continued. There were a couple of drawbacks with that, though, and that was I couldn't actually monitor the watering myself. I was, 1,000 miles away. With this system, I would have been able to do that as long as, of course, I had access to my phone, which would have been amazing. So even for more localized, I guess you could say, case use, is even when I'm at work, I can take a look at my system. So if it happens to be raining that day, I can make adjustments. If I believe that I'm overwatering, which I actually think I might have been this year a little bit, I could adjust that. So let's go ahead, let's get into this and get this going. I'm going to start by, of course, the unboxing. Everybody likes a good unboxing. So open this up, see what we got going on in here. All right, so right off the bat, we have a warranty card. And as you can see, it's a 5-year warranty. Contains the email address. You got a QR code in here to register. It's a 5-year warranty, 180-day unconditional exchange or return. That's actually pretty nice. Then you have your quick start guide. I'm assuming that's pretty much like most quick start guides. Just runs you through it real quick. You got some pictures and shots of what the system will look like. You have our actual user manual here. So you've got sub-device manual 2 and hub manual also. And then it looks like we have our device. Now, let's start with this here. This is your hub. Looks like it takes, what we got here? Got 3 AAA batteries. And then of course you do have a spot in here for your DC power as well. Here is your 2-zone watering system. This part looks like it's pretty straightforward, similar to what's already on there now. This is going to hook up to your water in. Here's your water out, zone 1, zone 2. Simple enough. I'll actually go through all the information here, take a look at it, so I know exactly what I'm doing when I'm setting this up. But this is just going over, this is just an unboxing. So we got 4 AAA batteries for your system here. What's nice here is it does give you, for your threads, your thread tape. So if you don't have any, you don't have to worry about running to the store. They provide it for you. Actually got 2 little things over here. That's actually kind of nice. And then last but not least, I'm assuming this is probably the power. Yep, this is your power adapter, your DC power for that hub. Packages pretty well, pretty straightforward. Not a lot of pieces, not a lot of parts. So far, so good. All right, so when you first get going, of course, obviously, again, you got a quick start guide. And step number 1, of course, is to connect your app. So it does give you QR codes to scan depending on whether you're on a iOS or Android. So let's go ahead, let's scan that, let's get this installed here real quick. And it takes you right to the Play Store. If you can't see that, the icon almost looks like actually almost looks like a bed, but it's for HomeGar. That's HOMGAR. We're just going to go ahead and install. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and open that. All right, so first thing that comes up here, of course, is the user agreement. And of course, it wants you to register a new account. And then, of course, you're going to log into the app, add your device, and goes on through there. And it tells you everything that basically the quick start guide tells you as well. So let's go ahead and register. Put in your email address. I want to hide that real quick. And then, of course, it's going to send you a verification code. All right, put in your password. And then it'll have you sign in. So from here, it takes you to this home management screen. You can rename it whatever you want. I'm just going to leave it as my home, but you can name it whatever you want. Time zone. So now you can select your time zone. So select your country region, select your time zone. Of course, it has me as America, Phoenix. And it asks, set up location information for your home. To set up home location, you need to grant the app course positioning and precise positioning permissions. If you refuse, you cannot set up the home location through positioning. So let's go ahead and set up. As my location, just hit the check mark in the upper right hand corner there. All right, so let's get to the app. We're to the app. So you got the blue screen here. So the next thing, there's the plus sign up here. And again, the setup, the quick guide is going to have all this information, but we're going to go through it anyway, just so you see just how easy this is. Okay, so we're going to hit the plus sign, and this takes us to our add device screen. Okay, so once you get to add device, we're going to click on display hub. Now keep in mind, your phone will need to be connected to your Wi-Fi. You're going to select the Wi-Fi. Now it wants to select a 2.4 gigahertz. I'm actually currently connected to 5G, so let's change that. And then, of course, you enter your password for your Wi-Fi. Once it's done, there's a checkbox. It says all steps complete. Click that. Hit next. It's searching. So now that it's searching, we're going to go ahead and power on the hub. Power it on by connecting power. And then you hold the Wi-Fi till it shows scan. So it shows scan, we're scanning, had that a little backwards. So technically you need to power this on first. Once it says scan, then you go to your phone, all steps complete, hit next. Then it will start searching. And what's happening right now is on the phone, it's going through, it's scanning, it's searching, and it found the device just now. So let's go ahead and add device. We want to save, and there we go. Now, once you get here, again, this is connected. You get your information. Now, for me, it comes up immediately under Celsius. Now, I'm used to reading things as Fahrenheit, so we need to change that. So first things first, we're going to hit the back arrow here. This will take you to this screen. It'll have your devices listed, you have some zones listed, and you have 3 little buttons here. So let's click on that, and you'll see units format. Click on that, and you'll have your temperature. We're going to click on that and click on F for Fahrenheit. So then we'll go back. Oh, we want to hit the check mark up here. That saves it. Now we can go back. You'll see your device. You click on that now, and now you can see that it's 87 degrees Fahrenheit, and it gives you 47% humidity. First thing we did, downloaded the app. We added the device, or added the Wi-Fi. We turned on the power. We connected the device. Step 5 is to actually add the device, which we've already done. And then 6 is to add the 2-zone water timer. What we want to do here is we're going to go back to our app, hit the plus sign again, and now we want to add a device. And you'll see there's a single station and a 2-zone water timer. All right, so after you click on that, you'll have a ready for pairing. So let's go ahead and click next. It says right here to please insert the batteries into the device. The indicator will blink quickly, start connecting. And pop it right back in. You see they're blinking. Oh, they just went white. They have paired. And now you have left valve, right valve. It actually shows you your last water usage. Now you can set up your plans, irrigation, mist, statistics, all kinds of stuff going on here. So let's go back to our quick start guide. So number 8, of course, is just that last part there. So after successfully connecting, the last water usage value will display in the middle of the timer screen, which is what we had there. And the next watering plan will display as well after creating your plan. So let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick and see what creating a plan does. So we'll click on create a plan. There's actually a rain delay. You can actually have your irrigation plan here. There's a calendar, so you can take a look at your calendar here. There's no irrigation plan for today, obviously, because we haven't set one up. So let's go ahead and hit the plus icon, and now you can start your watering mode. So you can actually go through your plan, and mind you, this is set up for whichever one that you're. So I'm on valve L, which is your left valve. You can go to your right valve, and you can set them up independently. So again, go to plan, and that'll set that up. So before we start getting into the plans, let's actually make sure that we actually install this on our actual water outlet. All right, so first things first, obviously you want to make sure to turn off your water. I'm also going to go ahead and turn it off here too. Now mind you, I have a splitter here because not only do I have a 2-zone timer set up on this, I also have this that I have set up for manual watering. So let's go ahead. We're going to disconnect all of our hoses. There may be some water that comes out of here. We'll see what happens. That one's off. Let's grab the new one. Now, as you can see, I did not use any Teflon tape when I initially put the other one on. It's actually probably a good idea to go ahead and actually use it. That's what it's there for. So we're going to put a little bit on here. All right. And we're just going to put this right back to the same spot that it was before. Easy peasy. Just going to go ahead and put some Teflon tape on both of these, reconnect those two hoses, since I know what zones those are for anyway. And there you go. So now let's go ahead and set up a plan. All right, so we're back to, of course, the irrigation plan. So just a reminder, of course, when you go back out and you go to your home, you have 2 additional devices that have shown up, and that's because one is for your left valve, one is for the right valve. And of course, once you go in here, you can change it back and forth. So let's start with the left valve, and you have settings that you can go through as well, but we're going to go to the left valve, and down here you have plan, irrigation, statistics, mist. We're going to go to plan. Up at the top you have your back button, it says irrigation plan, there's a calendar, and then there's a plus sign. Let's go ahead and go to the plus sign, and let's go ahead and set this up. So we actually want this to run. So our start time lately has been 5 in the morning. So let's go ahead and go to 5 a.m. And you can see right here, 5 a.m. And then this is also in a 24-hour format You can go by duration, or you're going to go by water usage. I'm just going to stick with duration right now. So let's go. We're going to run this for 3 hours, and then it has your repeat. We're just going to set that for every day. And now we have a plan. Now that's plan A. We can actually run this multiple times. So let's go ahead. We're going to add another plan. We're going to start this one. So we went from 5 for 3 hours. That's 8 a.m. So let's set up another one for noon. So we're going to go to 12. Duration. Let's do another 3 hours. And obviously you can set this to however many you need. So again, it's for every day. Hit start and see, now you have plan B. So now we're going from 12 to 3. So let's do one more. And we're actually going to go to 5 p.m., which is 1700. We're going to run this for, actually, we're going to run this for 2 hours. Matter of fact, we're going to go back and edit these. We're going to set it for 2 hours. So this one's set for 2 hours. Now you see there's 3 plans, and you can keep going. All right. So now I want to adjust these. So let's go back onto this one, and we're going to go to duration. We're going to back this off to 2 hours. Done. We're going to go this one. We're going to back this off to 2 hours. Done. I now have 3 different watering plans set up for the left valve that I can adjust. Now here's the cool thing. I can do this right from my phone. Now the right valve is going to control the sprinkler for our little lawn area. Now this is where I actually am going to really love this system. On that previous system, I could only have 3 different timers set up, meaning I had 2 that were set up for the left valve because there was a plan A and a plan B. And then of course for the right valve, I could use the final plan C, but you could only have those times. So you had 2 valves and you had 3 different timings that you could set up. And that's it. You were limited to just that. So I had my timing set up for the drip system to run twice a day. And for the sprinkler system, I had it set up to run once a day. And that was it, because that's what I was limited to. With this though, I could actually run it 2, 3, 4, however many times a day I need to, and I can run it for shorter periods of time. So I can run it for, let's say, 15 minutes at 4 o'clock in the morning. I could run it for another, let's say, 15 minutes, at noon, and maybe another 15 minutes at 5 o'clock in the evening. So let's go ahead and set that up real quick. Again, we're back at our usage. I'm going to go to plan. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to run this at 4 a.m. Duration, this is set for 10 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and go to 15. We're going to run that every day and hit OK. And I'm just going to add 2 more. I'm going to do the next one. So that was at 4 a.m. We're going to go ahead and set this up for noon, again for 15 minutes. Actually, okay, there is a conflict. So you can't have the same thing running at the same times. Now, since I know I have one that's set up for noon, what I can do is go with my start time. I want this to run for 15 minutes, so I'm actually going to go to 11, and we're just going to say 11:44. That way, once that one shuts off, there's a 60 seconds in between the next one starting. I'm just going to do OK. And for my right one, so I have a plan at 5. My sprinkler's at 4. I got one at noon. The sprinkler's at 11:45. This one's at 5, so I'm going to go ahead and go to my right valve, go to my plan. I'm going to add it, and we're going to go to 16:44. Same idea. I could set it for 45, but I'm just going to set it for 44. That way there's a 60-second buffer there. I don't know if it really makes that big of a difference, but just for my own peace of mind, hit OK. And now I am set up with 6 different times that I can set up between 2 different zones for my watering. Now, when you go into your plan, there's also a rain delay. So if it was raining, I click that. I can tell it to delay for 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, and it'll delay for that time period. Now, of course, it's not raining here, so I'm not going to go ahead and do that. And there you have it. There's also irrigation settings. You can go into your statistics, which will bring up, you can look at 30 days, 12 months. It'll bring up your water usage. You can set it up for a mist system if you have that in place. There's just so much that you can do here. And the cool thing is on the hub here, which is this large display, it'll tell you what the temperature is outside, what the projected high and lows are going to be. I have it set for the time here, and that automatically set because it's connected to the Wi-Fi. Not only that, it has my current temperature, the humidity outside. If I was indoors, I would have that set up, and it tells me the next plan. So I can see that right now it's 11:40 or 11:14. So in about 46 minutes, my next plan for my left zone, is going to go off at noon. And you can change it by zone. So there's the zone button here. So I hit the zone. Next plan goes off in 11:15, goes off at 11:44. So it gives you all the information right here. So you can set this up wherever it's convenient in your house. Maybe you have a coffee table or something like that right next to the back door, or maybe you want to set it up next to a workstation. It's all connected via Wi-Fi. You've got DC power, and you can just see it right here. This is really cool. Really like this. This is going to be awesome. And the fact that I can change this right from my phone, I don't even need to step outside. I can just jump on my phone, jump on the app, and there it is. Now again, there are some settings that we won't be using, just for example, irrigation. I don't have an actual irrigation system, but if you did, you can have that set up not only with its own separate plan, but you can do it off of the actual volume of water that you want to run. And technically you can do the same with like my timer here that I have set up for my drip system. I've got it set to duration right now, but if I wanted to, I could actually do it by the actual volume of water. So if you are dealing with systems that it's more crucial to measure your actual volume of water being used, this will do it for you. So you don't have to guess that, okay, I'm probably putting out X amount of water over this duration of time, so now I'm just going to do it. No, this will track the volume for you, which is crazy. This might help with not only irrigation and misting systems. If you're running hydroponics, so I've seen towers that grow lettuce and all kinds of other vegetables. And water volume, of course, is very important in those types of systems. So this would be great for that. For me, though, duration is what I'm looking for. So it's just a simple setup. This is going to be just absolutely amazing. And the fact that I can have multiple plans set up with multiple timing systems to where I could even have it to where, okay, I only want it to run for maybe 10 minutes at this point in time, but I want it to run for 30 minutes at this point in time. It will do it. It's fully customizable. I could even technically have it run for 10 minutes, let's say first thing in the morning, but then I want to actually set my next plan for the same zone not by the volume of water being used. I can do that too. So you can mix it up. You can set it up to meet your watering needs. And the fact that I can sit here and actually watch what today's forecast is, what the projected highs are, what the current temperature is, the last usage of water, the humidity levels, and even my indoor temperature and humidity, which is crazy, right from this hub. I mean, just at a glance, I know, boom, this is what's set up for today. I need this zone. Okay, I'm going to go, that sensor, I'm going to go to the next zone. I can see, okay, this one's starting at this time. And if I need to adjust it, I go to my phone and I make the adjustment. So I will have a link down below that takes you to their website, to this system. And for a limited time, you can use our code, which I'm going to put on the screen here and list it down in the description below. But you use the code TheScoops15OFF, and you will get 15% off of your purchase of this device. So if you're looking for a upgrade to your current timer and you're wanting something that gives you a lot more flexibility, a lot more information on the fly, I can see the temperatures, I can see everything I need to make sure that my garden is thriving, that it is getting what it needs from my watering system. Take a look at this. Pick this product up, get it installed. It's not that difficult. Again, it has all the information that is needed. It has a warranty system, which I mentioned earlier in the video. It's a 5-year warranty with a 180-day unconditional warranty. So for the first, 180 days, that's 6 months. So for this first 6 months, if you want to return it, right here, 180-day unconditional warranty. And then even after that, it's got a warranty for 5 years. That is amazing. So again, use the code TheScoops15 off and get 15% off of this. Again, links down below. This is going to be awesome. We got a lot of work to get done here in the garden. We have some cleaning up we have to finish doing. I have some rerouting of the watering lines, the drip lines. So again, thank you. Thank you to RainPoint for giving me this opportunity to actually review this item. You've got a banger here. This is a good one. I like this a lot. So again, thank you, and we'll see you on the next one.